down in his lifetime. That Gog and Magog were released in his lifetime. 8 ahadith in Sahih Bukhari. Well, what can I do if they want to wait? So go ahead and wait. But there is one hadith which stands in the way now for them. It is in Sahih Bukhari. And Allah says, لَتُحَجَّنَّ الْبَيْتِ لَيُحَجَّنَّ الْبَيْتِ وَلَيُؤْتَمَرَنَّ. The people will continue to make the Hajj to the house of Allah, and people will continue to perform the Umrah to the house of Allah, the Kaaba. بَعْدَ خُرُوجِ يَأْجُوجَ وَمَأْجُوجَ. Even after Gog and Magog have been released. And then the hadith goes on to say, لا تقوم الساعة حتى لا يحج. That the last day would not come until the Hajj has been abandoned. This hadith is in Sahih Bukhari. Let me repeat it. People will continue to perform the Hajj and the Umrah even after the release of Gog and Magog. But the last day would not come until the Hajj has been abandoned. And so when that day comes that the Hajj is abandoned, it will confirm that Gog and Magog were released long ago. Are you following me? Well, I am anticipating that the abandonment of the Hajj will take place. Alright, let me ask you, when? When do you presume that the Hajj will be abandoned? Let me see if any of the sisters have an answer. Good to hear you now. Said the Prophet ﷺ, what do you think will cause the abandonment of the Hajj? My wife could also answer the question. Yes? When Dajjal rules. Alright, anybody else? I like that answer. Anybody else?
If they are blocked from going. If they are blocked from going.
Prohibited from going, yes. What event is likely to take place which will cause the abandonment of the Hajj? Huh? The big war, correct. When Israel wages her big war, which will witness the dramatic territorial expansion of the state, and then a concomitant means taking place at the same time, a concomitant attack on the US dollar, and it collapses, and all the paper money in the world collapse, and the US economy collapses, and then Israel replaces the United States as the ruling state in the world. That big war is likely to inflame the passions of the Muslims around the world to such a fever pitch that the Saudi government cannot allow the Hajj to take place, because such a Hajj would likely threaten the foundations of the Saudi state. And so they might use some cock and bull story about some virus which is a great danger to health, and get World Health Organization to issue an advisory, and then they suspend the Hajj. And then the next year they continue the suspension until eventually the Hajj is abandoned. And so this event could be around the corner. The abandonment of the Hajj, which has been held for the last few thousand years. Israel is likely to wage a big war, I said, probably within the next 5 to 10 years. And then the Hajj is abandoned. What are the scholars of Islam going to do at that time? You cannot say that we have to wait for the return of Nabi Isa alayhi salam and for him to kill Dajjal, only then for Gog and Magog to be released, because here is this hadith. People will continue to perform the Hajj and the Umrah even after the release of Gog and Magog. But the last hour would not come until the Hajj is abandoned. And that is around the corner, in my opinion. Now then, if we are to accept the position given in this class, that the world order which today controls the world in its iron grip, and you must read this flyer. Please get one copy of this flyer before you leave. Is the world order of Gog and Magog? What are the implications for us? Number one, that the power of those who control the world today in their wicked grip cannot be defeated and destroyed. And so our incapacity to challenge them does not invalidate the claim to truth of Islam. Let me repeat that. Our incapacity to successfully challenge those who control the world today with their indestructible power, our incapacity to successfully challenge them does not invalidate Islam's claim to truth. Why? Because Allah has created this power. It is evil. Oh yes, it is evil. But did Allah not say at the end of the Quran, Kul a'udhu bi rabbil falak? And then, what after that? Min sharri ma khalaq. Say, I seek refuge with Allah, the Rabb of the falak, the dawn, from the evil which He created. He did not create Iblis as an evil being, did He? No. Iblis made a choice. As we all make our choices, sometimes we choose and then we regret our choice. Iblis made his choice to disobey. So Iblis was not created as an evil being. Evil has come to him through his own choice. Allah asked him, why did you not bow down when I commanded you to bow? Come on, Iblis, answer me. And he answered. He said, Ana khayru minhu. I better than he. Khalaqtani min nar, you created me from fire. Wa khalaqtahu min teen, and you created him from clay. And therefore, I am superior to him. So why I bow into him? So Iblis is not an evil being created by Allah as an evil being. Well then where is the evil that Allah created? Gog and Magog clearly are evil beings created by Allah. Dajjal, an evil being created by Allah. But notice that all the evil beings created by Allah are destroyed by Allah. He will destroy Gog and Magog. And His messenger, Nabi Isa alayhi salam, will destroy Dajjal. What are the implications therefore for jihad? Jihad in its asghar, lesser form, is war, fighting, a holy war, and in its greater form, jihad al-akbar, is the internal struggle. The lesser form, which is fighting, is also called qital, fighting. Can we wage war against those who control the world today? Can we successfully wage jihad against the United States of America or against Britain? If you do not have Sura Kehf, you might come to a different answer. But when you have Sura Kehf, you know that no combination of rivals in the world today, none, can successfully challenge the power of those who today control the world. So you cannot wage jihad against them. What you can do is a political come guerrilla war, which is going on in Iraq now. Like Muqtadir al-Sadr, with his 1,000 men or so, have gone into Najaf. And in Najaf is the shrine of Sayyidina Imam Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. It is the holiest place in the world for the Shia. The United States of America has the power to go in and attack them and liquidate them easily. But the United States has not been able to do that for a whole month now. Why? Because the political implications of sending in troops into the heart of Najaf and fighting these people in the masjid would be enormous, and the United States cannot risk. So this is not the normal jihad, this is the political come guerrilla struggle. And so all of our revolutionary Islamic movements, including those in Trinidad, who believe that you can wage a successful armed struggle against those who are attacking Muslims today around the world and who attempt sometimes to take over this country as they did in 1990, are people without adequate knowledge of the subject. Does that mean that jihad is now a thing of the past? That we can no longer wage a struggle, an armed struggle anywhere in the world? No, the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, that there will always be in my ummah those who will continue jihad until the last day, never stopping. And he mentioned the tribe of Tamimi as one of them. The implication for us is that while it is impossible for us to wage jihad, an armed struggle, anywhere in the world today, there is one part of the world where, on the basis of a prophecy of the Prophet himself sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, an armed struggle has the guarantee of success. And that is the struggle to liberate the Holy Land. And since he said that the army is going to come from Khurasan, it means that the entire pathway from Khurasan to Jerusalem, that entire geographical stretch, is the battleground of jihad. Iraq stands in the middle. Afghanistan stands in the middle. All the way from Khurasan to Jerusalem. That jihad has already started. And that jihad has a guarantee of success. But nowhere else in the world you cannot liberate Kashmir with an armed struggle.